This is Josiah Pike with Alaska's News Source. Governor Mike Dunleavy today released the proposed budget for fiscal year 2027, which will constitute July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2027. In this budget proposal, he also released the proposed PFD amount. Now we'll go over some of these as the key points on the fiscal year 2027 budget, which it currently exists on the Office of the Governor website if you would like to check it out for yourself. Going down here a little bit, you can see the State of Alaska revenue trends, which forecast the fiscal year 2027 revenue. Now, as you can see, if you combine the unrestricted general funds, designated general funds, federal revenue, and the other sources of revenue, this is the lowest forecast since 2023, fiscal year 2023, 4 years previously, or at least fiscal year 2027 is. The fiscal year 2026 forecast is a bit higher, as you can see, falling short still of fiscal year 2025, but those are some interesting comparisons to note on the website. The operating budget itself shows that two of the biggest, I guess I'd say, sources for where this what the money from the budget will be used for are Medicaid services at $3 billion, just over $3 billion, and aid to K through 12 school districts, or K through 12 aid to school districts at about $1.3 billion, close to $1.4 billion. So those two are the biggest, again, as you could say, sources of where the budget will be allocated towards. And now finally moving to some of the key items in the fiscal year 2027 proposed budget. These are full statutory funding for K through 12 education, as it's put here, a continued support for public safety, and the full statutory permanent fund dividend, which will be $3,650 per Alaskan, according to this proposed budget for fiscal year 2027. That is higher than it was this year, if you remember correctly, at $1,000. But of course, this can change from year to year, and that's just the proposed budget, the proposed amount on this budget for fiscal year 2027. Just to repeat once again, some of the basic points here. Governor Mike Dunleavy today, December 11th, released the proposed budget for fiscal year 2027, which includes the proposed PFD amount and also shows how exactly this proposed fiscal year's revenue sources or forecast for the fiscal year's revenue services stacks up to previous years, being the lowest revenue since 2023, and also shows that Medicaid and K through 12 aid to schools, or K through 12 aid to school districts, will be two of the biggest drivers of this of where the budget will be allocated. So that's the information we have right at the moment. We're going to update this story as more information becomes available, as you can expect, and of course that's just the proposed budget for fiscal year 2027. As things change, we'll update with more information. So feel free to stay tuned to our website, alaskasnewssource.com, our mobile app, and our daily news broadcasts to get the latest on this story and on how the budget situation develops. But thank you again for tuning in today to get the latest information, and have a good day.